Introducing Physics Lab. This lab is managed by Sir Idrus Hussein Belfaki, or usually called Sir Idrus. Sir Idrus is a mechanical engineering lecturer from the Faculty of Engineering and Technology. He usually teaches classes such as general physics and calculus. As we know, physics is the branch of science where experimentation is an integral part of the core subject. Therefore, a physics lab is a lab to conduct experimental works related to the physics topic that we discussed in the class. The research that are usually conducted at physics lab are mostly physics related, such as fundamental physics, electricity, and mechanical research. You are going to be able to use this lab in General Physics Lab 1 and General Physics Lab 2 courses. Apart from that, you are also able to use the lab if you have any physics-related projects with the approval from the lecturer or the university. To help you with your study or project, Physics Lab has provided you with various high-quality equipment, such as vernier caliper, usually used to measure internal diameter and measure depth, screw gauge, measuring apparatus that can measure dimensions in range of millimeter with an uncertainty of 0.01 millimeter, usually used to measure the diameter of wires, screws, etc. Pendulum, a load suspended from a pivot so that it can oscillate freely. The related experiment aims to measure G value. Force sensor or force transducer, to measure tension or compression forces that act on the sensor. Rotational inertia, a device containing two equal masses that slides on a horizontal bar which can rotate freely on the vertical axis, usually used for observing angular momentum conservation. Vibration generator, a device that acts as a source of vibration to demonstrate wave function. Tuning fork, a two-pronged fork with the prongs forming a U-shaped bar of elastic metal. The back and forth vibration of the tines produce disturbances of surrounding air molecules. Mechanical kit, a set of equipment to conduct experiments related to mechanics, such as a load, solid spherical load, cart, etc. Calorimeter, to measure heat transfer of physical changes as well as heat capacity of a given fluid. Oscilloscope, has various uses actually, but the main scope is to test and display voltage signals as waveforms, a visual representation of the voltage as a function of time. Although doing physics-related experiments sound fun, there are several rules that you must comply with when using this lab. In Physics Lab, you must observe good housekeeping practices. Always replace the materials in the proper place after work to keep the lab area tidy. Conduct yourself in a responsible manner at all times in the laboratory. Perform only those experiments allowed or with the permission of the person in charge. And you must always ask for help if you do not understand how to use a piece of equipment. On the other hand, there are things you must not do in a physics lab, such as do not talk aloud or crack jokes in the lab. Do not wander around the room, distract others, or interfere with laboratory experiments of others. Do not eat food, drink beverages, or chew gum in the laboratory, and do not use laboratory glassware as containers for food or beverages. And the last thing is, do not perform any unauthorized experiments. Okay, that's all the information that you should know about Physics Lab. If you still have questions about Physics Lab, go to our Instagram at BEMKMFET and ask your question directly in the comments of our Instagram post. What are you waiting for? Go check it out now. We'll see you in the other labs. Thank you!